Many people have renounced everything. What they do is that they renounce everything and then they move towards the Himalayas, the mountains. And then they think that they have left everything behind. And this thought creates a new cycle of ego within them. Always remember, a man who renounces everything, all his riches and everything, thinks that he is free. In reality, he is not. The very sense, the very thought that I have renounced something valuable goes on feeding his ego. He thinks he has become a saint. He thinks he has become a humble man. He goes on thinking that he is doing something, and all of this goes on happening within his inner being. He never realizes that he is so much trapped in his ego, and it is this ego that continues to keep him away from the truth, the reality, the beyond. A beautiful incident happened when Gautam Buddha, whose previous name was Prince Siddharth, was about to leave all his kingdom, his riches, and step out of his kingdom as a sannyasi. Buddha was accompanied by his driver, the charioteer. Buddha had decided to leave everything behind. He had realized the futility of this human life, and so he had requested his driver to leave him at the boundary of his kingdom so that he can step down and move into the forest, into the unknown. They reached the boundary of the kingdom, and as Buddha stepped down, the driver started crying. He loved Buddha, that is the Prince Siddharth. He was attached. He could not see his master leaving everything behind. And so just before Buddha was about to step out of his kingdom's boundary, the driver said, I am just a driver, and also this is not my business to interfere. Your order is your order. So I have brought you to the boundary of your kingdom. But if you don't mind, let me say a few words. What are you doing? This is what everyone aspires to be, a prince like you. You were born as prince. Why are you leaving everything? Remember the palace. Remember your beautiful wife. Remember your father, the kingdom, and the happiness it brings. Buddha looked into the driver's eyes and said, I cannot understand what you are talking about. I have not left any palace behind or any kingdom. I have left only a nightmare. The word renunciation means you are leaving something valuable behind. I have not renounced anything. There was nothing to be renounced. The whole thing is on fire. It was a nightmare, and I thank you because you have helped me to come out of it. And Buddha left for the beyond. Meditate on his words. He says, there was nothing to renounce. Much has to be cut, and you will be able to cut, detach, only when you realize the futility of what you have been holding to your chest. Only then, in the true sense, you can free yourself and you can liberate yourself. The words of Buddha are beautiful and bring great insights. Buddha says, renouncing means leaving something that is valuable. The driver believes that what Buddha is leaving behind is valuable. He is still to evolve. He is still at the base level of consciousness. His definition of valuable cannot go with what Buddha believes is valuable to him. All the riches, status, beauty are valuable. And to Buddha, all that is beyond all of this is valuable. We all are still at the stage of the driver, the charioteer of Buddha. He loved Buddha, we also love Buddha. The difference is that still our definition of what is valuable has not changed. And so whenever we leave something behind, we feel that we have renounced. And this feeling goes on feeding our ego. Buddha moves on towards the beyond. A new life awaits him, the calling of the divine, the calling of God. The driver moves back to the palace. He cannot leave the palace, the kingdom, because for him that is what is valuable, and so he remains where he is. Our growth is purely based on our definition of what is valuable for us, and the source of our definition purely is based on the level of our consciousness. Every person will have different answers on how to identify what should be cut and what should be kept. The driver had a different answer. Buddha had a different answer. It is not a question of who is right and who is wrong. It is simply a choice that you make based on the state of your consciousness. When Buddha gets down from his chariot and leaves for the beyond, he is on his way towards spiritual birth, the rebirth. The process of being reborn is always painful. Even in physical birth, there is pain, and there is trauma, and there is suffering. This is a spiritual birth. One birth you have received from your parents, your father and mother. Another birth you receive from your master. You are born as a spiritual being. Much has to be cut. Much has to be dropped. Only the essential has to be saved. The non-essential has to be completely destroyed. It is only when you have dropped all those things and people that were the reason for causing disturbance to your inner peace that you can truly find a way towards your growth, real growth. Always remember, truth comes not to the crowd but to an individual. As long as you continue to move with the crowd, the truth, the love, the God experience never comes to you. It only comes when you step down willingly and start moving ahead as an individual. An individual lives his life by being himself. The moment you start focusing on your individuality, the society starts going against you. The society is ruled by the mind, and the mind would never want you to be an individual. The mind is always forcing you to become when in reality you are born to be yourself. Be, just be, don't try to become. Within these two words, be and becoming, your whole life is contained. Always remember, the society hates the individual. The society wants you to mix with the crowd, to fit with the crowd. The society wants you to stop being yourself. An individual is not behind respectability. He is behind his own self, trying to discover his own self. And to discover yourself, much has to be cut. All that has to be cut that distracts you from your goal, your purpose, the purpose of self-realization. Bhagavan Raman Maharshi says, the only useful purpose of the present birth is to turn within and realize the self. There is nothing else to do. Buddha realized this purpose, and so when he left everything behind, there was absolutely no thought of leaving anything that in true sense is valuable. And there was no thought of I am leaving something valuable. So where is the question of ego? The individual has no ego and the ego has no individuality. To be an individual, you need intelligence, sharp consciousness. The reason for Buddha leaving the material world is his consciousness that enabled him to realize what is valuable and what is not, what should be looked upon and what should be overlooked. Always remember, the art of being wise is the art of knowing what to overlook. The key is in the state of your consciousness. No matter where you go, you may go all around the world, but finally you will come to the core essence of all. The key is your state of consciousness. Albert Einstein says, intelligence is helpless when it comes to inventions. There is a leap of consciousness. You can call it intuition or something else, and the decision comes. You do not know how or why. The decision comes. You also have to make decisions about what should be dropped and what should be detached, who should be disconnected, who should be blocked, so that you experience real growth and the peace within your inner being is not disturbed. Always remember, it is the state of your consciousness level that enables you to handle a certain situation. When there is absolutely no consciousness to your existence, you let the situation impact your decisions. And when you are living with consciousness by being more and more meditative, it is not the situations that can influence or impact your decisions. Rather, you make your own decisions. Such a conscious man never gives up to what had happened to him. He makes his own decisions. One of the greatest thinkers, Carl Jung, says, I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. Real growth is always inside out, unless there is a change within. The outward change makes no sense. Real change happens when you start changing from within. And this is possible only when you stop focusing outward and start focusing inwards. When you start turning inwards, you start changing for real. In the beginning, it is going to be difficult because for many births and rebirths, you always have been focusing outward. So the first step towards meditation is always going to be difficult. The mind won't let you turn inwards so easily, but you have to keep going, keep trying, be consistent. Mind is the traffic of thoughts. When you sit to meditate, many thoughts will start coming to your mind and it will cause havoc. But you have to be courageous. You have to remain focused within. Meditation is just the courage to be silent and alone. Slowly, slowly, you start feeling a new quality to yourself, a new aliveness, a new beauty, a new intelligence, which is not borrowed from anybody, which is growing within you. It has roots in your existence. Meditation is the greatest courage and adventure you would ever come across. It is the death of all your notions and learnings and ideas that the mind has been projecting on your brain. To meditate is to go beyond the mind, for it is only when you go beyond the mind that the truth can be experienced. The death that Jesus is talking of is only possible when there is no mind. The death is of the mind, the rebirth is of the heart. Mind to heart. The physical birth comes from the mind. The spiritual birth comes only when you slip out of the mind. Meditation helps you to slip out of the mind. Everything is possible if meditation is there. If meditation is not there, nothing ever is possible. The happiness that you seek is also beyond the mind. The joy, the bliss, the peace, it all comes without any hurdles, only when your journey beyond the mind begins. There are only three mysteries: life, death, and love. All these three are beyond mind. The mind can like, the mind can never love. It is only your heart that can love, but for that you have to first move beyond the mind. The mind is all logic, the heart is all love. Mind is your intellect, heart is your intelligence. When the mind is tuned with your heart, intelligence is born. What comes from your heart is always beautiful, always true. For the heart is unpolluted, it is only the mind that goes on polluting your thoughts. And the more you follow your mind, the more you continue to make your life miserable. The nature of the mind is to wander. You are not the mind, says the divine spiritual master, Bhagwan Sri Raman Maharshi. Do not follow your mind. The mind is a monkey. Just watch what the mind is trying to do. Just watch. Be a witness. Do not act. Just witness. Just watch, and whatever the mind has been desiring will go away on its own. Just become a watcher of your mind and creating a distance between you and your thoughts, and your thoughts start disappearing. The mind has its own propaganda, and because you become the mind, you spend your whole life in following the mind. The mind gives birth to many illusions. The heart gives birth to many realities. Decide what you want to follow. What you follow is what you become. One is always free and one is always alone. The mind is only dreaming. When there is a certain urge to do something, just watch, wait, witness, and the urge will disappear. Sexual urge, anger, eating more, offending someone, harming someone. No matter what kind of urge it is, you just watch. Control your mind and just witness to what the mind is thinking of doing. Never act, just be a watcher, and soon this urge, the desire, will go away. One of the greatest divine master, Neem Karoli Baba, says, when you have a desire for something, don't act on it and it will go away. If you desire to drink this cup of tea, don't, and the desire for it will go away. The desires never end. After one desire is fulfilled, the other is in waiting to be fulfilled. And so you are always seen in the long queue of desires that just never ends. The only way out is to slip out of the mind, for the birthplace of desires is from the mind. Once you are out of the mind, once you go beyond the mind, you reach the state of desirelessness, and that is the real beginning of your spiritual experiences. And to go beyond the mind, much has to be dropped, much has to be cut, only the essential has to be kept. Only then can you walk alone, and it is only in this state of aloneness that you can focus within. And it is only when you are able to focus within that you can dare to move beyond the mind. Always remember, only a man who is capable of being alone can truly love, because his love is not dependable, and such a love is true love. Then he is no more falling in love, he has become love. Let your love be your state of being. Not that you fall in love, but just that you are loving because it is simply your nature. You can be in a state of love only if you drop the old mind pattern of relationships, as love is not a relationship. And love is the way, the only way towards living a life filled with bliss and peace. Love has absolutely no logic, and yet it is love that has all the answers and all the solutions to your problem. To be alone is to be in love with yourself. And it is only when you can love yourself that you can love others. It always starts from that one person, and that is you. A man who loves himself takes the first step towards real love. If you hate yourself, you hate others. If you love yourself, you love others. In the relationship with others, it is only you mirrored. Slip out of the mind and come towards yourself. Meditate every day.